It's time to uncover a tale from Kyoto's past. One steeped in betrayal, fire, and legacy. An infamous act in time that shifted the fate and future of all of Japan. In 1582, a pivotal event occurred, one that historians still debate and storytellers never tire of retelling. An event known as the Honno-ji Incident. At the center of this momentous drama was Oda Nobunaga, a dominant military and political figure of the 16th century, who, by this time, had risen to power by defeating many rival clans and was widely believed to be on the verge of unifying the whole of Japan under his leadership. But on the 21st of June, one of his trusted generals, a man known as Akechi Mitsuhide, for reasons still debated by scholars to this day, turned against him. In a startling act of betrayal, Mitsuhide launched a surprise attack on the temple where Nobunaga was staying with only a small retinue of soldiers, the temple known as Honno-ji. Realizing he was surrounded and escape was impossible, Nobunaga chose death on his own terms. He committed seppuku, ritual suicide. The temple was set ablaze during the attack, and his body was never recovered, a fact that has only deepened the mystery surrounding his final moments. Nobunaga's death brought his reign to a sudden, abrupt end, and brought the unification of Japan to a grinding halt. From the ashes of that dark night, Mitsuhide declared himself ruler, but not everyone accepted this sudden and inconceivable turn of events. Another of Nobunaga's generals moved swiftly to right these wrongs and reset the very course of history. A man said to possess uncommon intelligence, charisma, and political savvy. A man known as Toyotomi Hideyoshi, who just 13 days later, at the Battle of Yamazaki, defeated Akechi Mitsuhide. As we touched on earlier, Hideyoshi was a former peasant who rose through the ranks through merit, loyalty, and pure tactical genius. His rise to power was nothing short of extraordinary. In a society as rigidly structured as feudal Japan, it was almost unthinkable for someone of peasant birth to ascend to any position of any real influence. The samurai class held near-exclusive control over political and military leadership. Status was typically inherited, not earned. For someone of the peasant caste, there was virtually no path or possibility forward, let alone to rise to a position to command armies, let alone to rule the nation. And yet, Hideyoshi defied that system and did just that. Born without a surname and likely the son of a humble foot soldier, he began life at the very bottom of the social hierarchy. His first roles were menial. He is said to have started as a sandal bearer, literally someone whose role was to carry someone else's shoes. Yet in this fairy tale-like story in history, Hideyoshi shattered his society's rigid walls like a boulder cast by a magnificent trebuchet. Through loyalty, tireless work, and strategic brilliance, paired with sharp political instincts and natural charisma, he proved himself indispensable. His talent for logistics, diplomacy, and battlefield command earned him Nobunaga's trust, and eventually a key position among his top generals. And it was Hideyoshi who would go on to finish what Nobunaga had started, ultimately unifying Japan and earning him the title of the second great unifier. The first, of course, being Nobunaga. In 1591, Hideyoshi ordered the rebuilding of Honno-ji, not on its original site, scarred by fire and betrayal, but a short distance away on Teramachi Street. And there you can find Oda Nobunaga's mausoleum. Though it's worth noting, several tombs across Japan actually claim to be his. Historically, his body was never actually found, and multiple locations still dispute where he truly lies. A fitting end, perhaps, for a figure as powerful and as enigmatic as Oda Nobunaga.